Okay, for those of you on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, hello to you guys at Instagram and Rumble. Hi, appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for spending this Saturday. It's a Saturday evening with us. We appreciate all you guys. And now we're live on Spreaker as well, and we're live, of course, on our TikTok format. So we appreciate all you guys being here. Thank you for just hanging out with us and going from there. Well, you know what? I tell you what, the weekend, the Memorial Day weekend is just flying by, and so we certainly, we stop and we thank all of our military men and women who have served, and we appreciate all of them. And hopefully, your Memorial Day weekend is going well wherever you are in this world, wherever you are. Yeah, I'm not a fan of tarot cards, so not a fan. Before we get into the presentation, let me just give you guys a heads up. So first of all, if you want to go to my website, it's real simple. Bishop James Long, bishopjameslong.com. That's it. bishopjameslong.com. If you are having issues and you're wanting clergy to help regarding, let's say you have paranormal activity in your home, then this is what you have to do. You have to go to bishopjameslong.com, click on the paranormal link, and you got to go and fill out that form there. I'm getting requests from all over social media, and it's impossible to keep up. It's just not possible, unless I have a staff of 10 or 15 people. Otherwise, no. So we just require it all go to the one source, so we can keep them all organized. And the members of of course, the Society of St. Benedict will reach out to you, and we'll go from there. So it's real simple. All you have to do is just go to bishopjameslong.com. Now, you can, by the way, for those of you who want to know, you can go to the class link as well, because the online classes are free. So if you want to take the online classes, you can do so. And we would appreciate the donation to the church. That would be wonderful if you could help. And we would certainly appreciate that. We are going to be doing a retreat next year in April. So we'll be letting you know more information as we get closer to that. It's almost a year off, but we are planning that already. And because we have some folks, going to be consecrated to the episcopacy. And then now, if you want to go to the church's website, that's real easy too. A lot of people ask about the church. Well, it's simple. Just go to usocc.org. That's it. usocc.org. That's the church's website. And if you have any questions, or if you don't know something, or if you want to know something, just go there. And I appreciate you, the moderators, putting that in the chat room on TikTok. Thank you so much. Yeah, usocc.org. It's all there for you. And there we go. Now, moderators, if you want me to keep the chat on, we can certainly do so. Normally, I turn the chat off for the first half an hour. So let me give you guys a little bit. For those of you who are brand new, this is how we operate the show. From 8 to 8:30, I have my dear buddy on Miss Wilma, and we just goof off, have a good time. She tries her best to tell some jokes. Oh, I tell you. And then we just have a good time. It's all fun. And then at 8:30, if you have, turn off. And then at 8:30, I will then go into questions. So for the first half hour on TikTok, we're going to turn chat off for the first half hour. That's why we can just kind of weed through the trolls, make them go someplace else because they have nothing else to do on Saturday night but to harass people. So we just kind of say, okay, bye-bye, trolls. So when subscribe chat only is on right now, and then at 8:30, we'll turn it on. That's the way it goes. We have to do it, guys, because the trolls are just nasty, and we're tired of them. We're just tired of the nonsense. So that's how we do it. Now at 8:30, we will turn the chat back on. Okay, so that's what we do, and that's how we roll here. And again, it's sad that we have to do it, but until TikTok fixes the troll problems, this is what we got to deal with, and that's just the way it is. And that's it's true. Okay, so, and other than that, I hope everybody else is having a wonderful, wonderful day wherever you are. And of course, we're going to, yeah, speaking of crazy. Yeah, okay, all right, yeah, we've heard enough. We've heard enough. She was right. Every time this person asks us this, and we always tell every time, yes, she was raised in a bar. Hello, Miss Wilma.
Hi, everybody. Happy Memorial Weekend. Hope everybody's doing great tonight.
Well, we're doing good. How are you doing?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, see, when you open it up like that.
I was so not a joke. It's real.
Oh, okay.
I was sitting here and my arm was hurt. My right arm was hurting.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked down and I got a hump on it.
You got a what?
A hump. It's sore because it's I'll probably put a little ice pack on it because it's a hump on it. I don't know why it swelled sore like that. I looked down. I thought, oh my stars, I got a hump.
I'm really confused about this this thing. So did you injure your arm?
I don't know. It's kind of been hurting today, and I ain't been paying attention. And I was looking down, and I was rubbing it, and I thought, well, that feels swollen. And I got the rubbing on it, and I thought, oh my stars, I got a hump.
Yeah, it's probably
it hurt.
Well, okay. Well,
I don't remember hurting my arm, but anywho,
it's really interesting.
Other than that, I guess I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, it is interesting that you have a hump. Do you have a hump?
I got a hump.
Do you have a hump or do you have a lump?
A hump.
Oh,
you know, it swells.
Okay, well.
You know where you have a sore. It's not sore. It's just a hump where you know, it swells.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got some ice pack on it when it swells. Don't you ever have a hump?
I don't have a hump. No, I usually have lumps. When you hurt yourself, you usually have a lump.
Is that what they call it?
So, okay, there we go.
I got one of those.
There we go, folks. Yeah, I'm telling you.
I guess I had to put some ice pack on my hump.
Your lump. You have a lump.
A lump. Okay, a lump.
Okay, well, I'm sorry that you have a lump or hump or whatever you have. I'm very sorry that you have that.
It'll go away. I don't even know what caused it. I thought, man, that sucker swelled.
Man, good grief,
I don't know
Wilma.
what happened to it.
I know exactly what happened to it. You had Mr. Joey over from TikTok, and you got.
There you go. Woohoo! That's good to me. He can dance. He's got the moves. He's got the groove. He's got the groove, baby.
Well, just go ahead. Just go ahead and tell all us about it. Come on. I mean, yeah.
I
You got.
guys make fun of me, but sometimes he's cute.
Yeah, no. Okay, yeah.
He is. He's kind of cute.
You got a tarantula that bit you. That's what it was. A big old tarantula. That's exactly.
I got a question. I got a question to ask you.
Oh, well, I cannot wait to hear these questions.
What's the one kind of boat that can't never ever sink?
What? Okay, yeah, you're coming in kind of intoxicated. Have you been drinking that moonshine again?
Can you hear me now?
Oh, sure, yeah, absolutely.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, we can hear you now. Absolutely.
Okay, what is one kind of a boat that will never ever sink?
Unsinkable foam-filled boat.
No, a friendship. Get it? Friendship is a ship. Well, I thought that was
No.
I like that one.
Oh, now Miss Wilma Desiree is saying, Bishop, please ask Miss Wilma to say hi to Cash. He's trying so hard to say hi through the phone nonstop. So, can you say hello, Cash?
Hi, Cash. How you doing, darling? And I still have your pictures, sweetheart.
There you go.
I still have your killer pictures that you gave me, honey. I love you. Thank you again for that. You are a sweetheart.
There we go. So that's awesome. Well, isn't that cool that Cash is over there listening and
yes, but I hope you like my jokes there, Cash.
No, Cash goes to scratch his head and say, huh? Okay, that friendship.
Hey,
I don't know.
I got one for you, Cash. What do you call a snowman that ignores you?
What do you call a snowman that ignores you? I don't know. You know what? That your problem is you stayed out partying too much for that guy last night with your boyfriend from TikTok.
I didn't date him. I tell you, I do not. I didn't date him.
Yeah, I think you probably would love to date him, though. That's the issue.
But that's okay.
See, yeah, I knew. We've got to get Joey. We've got to get that Joey guy, Joey Styles. I think I forgot his name. We've got to get him on the show. We've got to get him on the. I'm telling you, I'm going to reach out to him and say, dude, I want to have you as a special guest because Miss Wilma, boy, Miss Wilma, who is that? Just say howdy to her, and that'll be it. She'll be madly in love.
Hey, this phone. What do you call a spider with 10 eyes?
A dead spider.
A spider.
Okay, that's a terrible one, Miss Wilma. I get it, and I appreciate you telling us it again.
Well, you're mighty welcome.
Because we definitely didn't get it. Yeah, we did.
I'm glad I can help out.
Oh yeah, no question. Yeah, we didn't get that at all.
What has 5 toes but it's not your foot?
5 toes and not your foot. I don't know. Why don't you tell us what has 5
toes but not your foot?
Okay, what?
My foot. See, I said your foot.
And that's the end, folks. That's the end. We appreciate Miss Wilma coming on. Thank you very much, Miss Wilma.
Well, I mean, that's it.
Thank you so much. All right.
Well, you're mighty welcome.
I mean,
I did say not your foot, it's my foot.
Oh boy.
Hey, I'm here all night.
Miss Wilma, do us a favor. Miss Wilma, will you do us a favor? Miss Wilma. Hey, Miss Wilma. Miss Wilma.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta turn your hearing aid on. So let me ask you a question. Can you spell roast? You know, roast like ROAST. Can you spell roast?
ROAST.
Can you spell coast?
COARST.
No, coast. COAST. Coast.
COAST.
Yes, and now, so Miss Wilma, the problem is I'm screaming in the phone, so some can't hear very well. So just bear with us. So let's try to get spell roast.
ROAST.
Yep. Spell coast.
COARST.
No, COAST, not coast, like a coast. COAST. Will you stop? Put the moonshine down. Try it again. Coast is COAST. Coast. Not there's no R. Just like wash. How do you spell wash? I wash my clothes. Ain't no R in it. Coast. I didn't go karst. You didn't hear me say karst. Coast. Now let's try this one more time. I'm going to give you a big fat F. Okay, can you spell roast?
ROAST.
Spell coast.
COAST.
Spell most.
MOAST.
What the heck? There's no MOAST in most. It's MOST. So let's try it again.
Wait. You said roast.
Roast, coast, most.
ROAST for roast.
Now, okay, now I gotta hold on. I gotta ask the question. Spell roast.
ROAST.
Spell coast.
COAST.
Spell most.
MOAS.
What the hell? There is no MOA. There is no MOA in most.
Well, you got me going.
So we'll try this again. I mean, it's really just. I'm telling you, folks. I'm telling you. She was raised in a barn. Yes, nabbit. I tell you what. Okay, try it again.
Okay,
No. We got to go back. So spell roast.
ROAST.
Yes. Now spell coast.
COAST. M-O-A-S-T.
Yes. Now spell most.
M-O-S-T.
And what do you put in a toaster?
What do you put in a toaster? Bread.
That was like pulling teeth.
You put bread in.
You put bread in a toast. Yes, that's very good. I will give you a
Hey.
I don't know. I think we should give you a C for that one because you struggle with most.
There's all kinds of things you can put in the toaster.
No,
You can put in a muffin.
no. She spelled most M-O-A-S-T. Oh no. She gets a big fat F on that one. A big fat
No,
F.
well, I got the roast of the toast mixed up.
What the what?
Yeah, I got roast and toast mixed up with most.
I'm telling you what, that is absolutely. You get a big fat F.
And you asked me what went in a toaster when you put bread.
Well, Pop-Tart. That's right. That's right. Let me ask you a question. How do you we have to say unalive. We can't say the K word, How do you unalive an elephant?
I don't know. I never put one down.
With an elephant gun. An elephant gun obviously is what you do. I mean, that's...
I don't know that because I don't know how you would do that elephant there. I guess you had to call a veterinarian there, and I guess he gets the shot.
Oh, I give up, Miss Wilma. Now, Miss Wilma, let me ask you a question.
You ask me how you do
Now,
that elephant
how do you say this? The capital of Kentucky, is it pronounced Louisville or Louisville?
Oh, that's easy. Louisville.
Okay, so let me just say this again.
Donnie even agrees with that.
Yeah, so the capital of Kentucky, is it pronounced Louisville or Louisville?
Louisville.
Yeah. Okay, so
What? You're asking me?
she lives in Kentucky.
I say Louisville.
I'll say that right now. She lives in Kentucky.
Okay, you asked me.
Hold on, let's try it again.
It's Louisville. Donnie even agrees with that.
The capital of Kentucky, is it pronounced Louisville or Louisville?
It's Louisville. That's how I say it. That's how I say it. That's how I say it.
Now you live. No. I'm not letting. No, Shanae. You are not getting away with. No. You are not getting away with this one. Now you live.
What's Janae saying?
Okay, hold on there. Hold it, sunshine. Let me tell you something. You live in Kentucky. Now that's all. She lives in. We all know it. I live in Kentucky. Okay, you live in Kentucky, correct? Yes, very good. So let me ask you just one more time. The capital of Kentucky is it pronounced Louisville or Louisville?
Louisville. That's the way I said it. I say Louisville. I do say Louisville.
And this, folks, is why I play that. Come on. Woohoo, let's go. We go to family reunions to meet our future husband and wives in Kentucky. True story. Okay, Wilma,
He's trying to pull my leg.
Okay, okay, listen to me. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Okay, the capital of Kentucky is not Louisville. It's Frankfort.
That's horrible.
What'd you say?
It's Louisville.
The capital of Kentucky is not Louisville. The capital of Kentucky is Frankfort.
Oh, the capital. Oh, yeah.
See? Now you know. Now you know, folks. This is like the 500th time I've had to play this. Now you know exactly. It's a city. Louisville's a city.
Why didn't you say that?
Well, I said it 20 minutes ago. Man, folks, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Yeah, she lives in Kentucky. She lives in Kentucky.
I do, but you got me with the little thing.
That's
It's your fault.
it's my fault. It's my fault.
I get A+ with that.
You said Louisville. You said Louisville. That's a city.
It was your fault.
It was my fault.
It wasn't mine.
Oh, now, Miss Wilma, before I want you to tell us a little bit more of the superstitions that we didn't get to that you have.
Oh.
Yeah, can you tell us that? Can you tell us a few more? Because we talked about superstitions yesterday. We got to go over a few more today. So, can you stay a little after 8:30? Just a little. Because I know your schedule is very busy with Joey. I know it's very busy. So I say,
long as you all want to. I mean,
Okay,
so here all night if you want me to.
Well, Princess, I want you. Okay, can you tell us what? So a little bit more superstitions that you know.
Okay, if you hear a howling dog for no reason, like sirens or nothing,
yeah, you're
going to hear of a death.
What? Just because a dog howls?
If a dog if they don't hear sirens or nothing, and my mom actually hated it when my dog would howl. She'd say, "Don't go out there and play that dog. You need to stop howling."
Really?
Yes. Very. Oh, yeah.
Have you guys? That's cray cray. Yes. That is okay. Well, there we go. So there, folks. If you hear a howling dog and he's just howling, okay, that's a bad thing. All right.
You're gonna hear with that.
Okay.
If your upper eyelid twitches, someone's coming. But if your lower eyelid twitches, then you're going to cry.
Your lower eye. Wow. Okay. Well, that's interesting. These are crazy. How many do you have, by the way?
Gosh, I can say my mom and my grandma wrote the book.
Wow.
I still believe in them. Actually, I do.
I know you do. We talked about these things. You absolutely are a 1,000,000% a believer in these things. No question about it.
Yeah, if your nose itches, someone's coming. That has happened a lot with me. Within a couple of days, somebody's going to come. It never fails.
Okay. Okay. Well.
Yeah. If a dog walks between a couple, they're going to later on through that day. They're going to have a quarrel.
If a what now?
Get into it about something.
If a what now?
If a dog walks between a couple, they're going to have a quarrel before the end of that day.
Wow. Okay. Well, there we go. So, all right. I didn't know that one either. And some of these are really crazy. Some of these, now you got to admit, some of them are kind of dumb. I mean,
they are, but I still believe.
You are absolutely, you're truly a believer in this. 100%.
Oh yeah. Now, if you bake a bread, don't ever lay it upside down or in a basket or on a table. Bad luck.
If you bake a bread, do what?
Bread.
Okay.
If you turn it upside down, don't never turn it upside down table or a basket. Bad luck. Well,
listen to this one. I heard now. I did some research and I was even told this. I think I can't remember by who, but don't walk on graves because the dead will come to haunt you at night. That actually now, and here's a little bit of history on that. And for those of you who don't know, that superstition about not walking on graves because the dead would come to haunt you at night likely has its origins in various cultural beliefs and traditions around respecting the deceased. Now, different cultures have different superstitions and taboos when it comes to burial sites and the dead. So in many cultures, graves are considered sacred spaces and disturbing them is seen as disrespectful. The superstition may have also been perpetuated by fears and beliefs related to the supernatural. So we really don't know where that came from, but I agree with that. I mean, there's people that just kind of walk right on top of it. I've never done that. I've always kind of walked around. You know what I mean? That, I guess it's just something I've always done. Do you do that as well?
Yes.
All right. What else you got?
Now, I strongly believe in this. Well, I strongly believe in a lot of
Okay.
all of them.
Yeah.
The dove. If you see a dove in your yard, that's God sending down his love to you saying, hi, I'm letting you know I love you. Now, if you see two doves, that's God and a someone from heaven.
For two doves.
My friend called me one day and she said, Wilma, there's 6 doves out here. And she said, I know you told me what it means, but what is it? I said, well, God is one. And the other 5 is from one of the members or friends from heaven saying hi to you.
Well, listen to this. We talked about this the other day. You've heard about eating cabbage or greens on New Year's Eve will actually bring you good luck.
Yes, that is true.
Now, for those of you who don't know about that, the superstition of eating cabbage or greens on New Year's Eve that brings good luck is believed to originate from several different culture traditions. See, in some cultures, cabbage, collard greens, other different leafy green vegetables are said to resemble folded money, symbolizing wealth and prosperity. So in some cultures, green vegetables are associated with health and vitality. So eating them at the start of New Year is believed to bring good fortune. So there we go. So make sure you're eating your greens when New Year's Eve comes around. So there you are. I don't know. What else you have?
When a kid is laying down, on the floor, never jump over them. Never walk over them or jump over them. It's bad luck.
Well, listen to this. Girls, this is actually, I don't know. Girls who whistle are more likely to have a baby out of wedlock. So because there's an Irish proverb that says a whistling woman and a crowing hen always come to some bad end. It's an Irish proverb. It's basically telling women to be quiet and not draw attention to themselves. Isn't that terrible? I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
I completely disagree with that. I mean, so whistle, 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 whistle. But I just think that's terrible. No, I have Irish too. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. What else you have?
Now, Mom did this and it worked. If you have a wart on your finger, you take, like the thread, like needle thread, you take the thread and you take some of it off and you rub that thread on your finger. And after she did that, she buried it. And that wart did go away.
Ugh.
Now, she did do that. And that wart, I cannot believe it. That wart went away on her finger.
What?
But it won't go away until the thread rots.
Well, here's something to know. If you give a knife as a gift, you should include a penny because the penny sends a different sort of message, calming down the giving of a sharp instrument. So there we go. I didn't know this one. Do you have another one for us?
Yes. Now,
Okay.
This is good luck. If you wear any kind of jewelry, like a turtle or like a little seahorse or anything, that's good luck. I have a turtle necklace, and that's supposed to give some good luck. I haven't seen that good luck yet, but it's
Oh, that's interesting.
good luck.
Rosella said, yes, my mom would tell me about the whistling too. Well, there we go. Now, this one is, if you sing before breakfast, you will cry before supper.
Yes.
Yo,
And
come
that's
on.
true.
You cannot believe.
That's true. Yes.
Well, for those of you who don't
has
know,
happened.
so it's often interpreted as a warning against celebrating or being too happy too soon. And the origins of this particular superstition, they're not exactly clear. It's likely comes from older beliefs and folklore that caution against counting your chickens before they hatch, kind of a thing. But I don't know. I mean, when you get up and if you're able to sing, good for you. I mean, when I get up, I'm just like, oh, goodness. Most of the time I have migraines. So I'm just not feeling the time to sing at all. So if someone can get up
And
like,
if you
woohoo.
sing in bed, that's bad luck too. You don't sing in bed or at the table.
You can't sing in bed?
No. Don't know. When you're in bed, you cannot sing in bed or at the table. Bad luck.
Wow, that is cray cray. Now I talked to Miss Wilma about this, and it was very funny what she said. Never set at a table at the corner because it's bad luck. See, it says here that
I heard that.
hold on. Let me tell. Hold on. We were told that many people were told from a young age that if you do sit there, you will never get married. And so a lot of people say, so if your grandmother is Polish or Russian, Hungarian, Romanian, Ukrainian, there is a good chance she grew up with the superstition. The fact that many families originate from these countries may explain why so many share this belief. So tell us, you're convinced this is true.
Yes.
Why?
It just is.
Is that
It really is.
Is that why you're not married? That's what you said. Well, that explains
I got to think so. That's why I never got married. I mean, I went out, but I mean, see, we would have, Mom would on Sundays would cook, for my family, my brothers and sisters. And sometimes my sister, would come, the other one. And of course, I sat at the corner, I guess, a lot too many times. And
that explains it.
It was bad luck, but you know what? It was going to make me not get married.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, well, tell us what about your movie, because we'll open the chat up here pretty soon. Tell us about your movie. Do you have a movie?
Yes.
Okay, what do you got?
Freaky Friday.
Okay.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Okay, sure. I mean,
Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan. Now, single mom and her teenage daughter can't agree on a lot of things. She's a musician, and her mom's like, stop playing that loud music. She said, it's not loud. We have to rehearse. Now, they're driving each other crazy. The girl wants to play, like I say, in her band. Her mom's like, no, the band's too loud. She don't really like her, that her mom's boyfriend. They argue a lot about that. One day, they all went to this restaurant, and they had a fortune cookie. Well, the next morning, the two woke up, and somehow, magically, they had switched bodies and unable to switch back. Now, I don't want to give it away, but this is a very good movie. It's funny, and they getting all kinds of trouble. It's a good movie. It's on Netflix.
Well, there we go, folks. So you can watch a movie that came out in 1990s. I think that's when it came. I'm not really sure when it came out, but it's pretty. At your movie review from City Lights, 1931, Charlie Chaplin. No spoilers. Oh yeah,
I love those Charlie Chaplins. Oh, I love. Yes, I love him. My favorite is wait a minute, Buster Keaton. I like him better than Charlie Chaplin. Buster Keaton is. Oh my stars! I love that man. Well, I want to jump off here, so I know you want to get me paranormal, and I hope everyone has a great night. And I do love all of you, and God bless.
All right, Miss Wilma, thank you, and we'll talk to you a little later.
Okay, night everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
All right, well there we go. She is heading off. She was raised in a barn. I tell you what. Yep, she was. So we appreciate Miss Wilma stopping by. She'll be here tomorrow. For those of you who would like to know, she'll be here tomorrow evening for our Bible study that we do. She teaches our kids Bible study, and we're going to be here at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where she will chat with us, and we appreciate her. We appreciate her. So the chat is open now for everybody on TikTok. I'm probably going to be here for about a half hour or so, maybe 45 minutes. I have quite a few phone calls that I have to make tonight, so that's what we're going to be doing. That's the plan. I want to share a couple of stories. There's a really cool story that I thought, man, it's like there's a woman. Now, the singer Madonna. I know a lot of people love Madonna. And, that I'm never really been a big fan of hers, and that's okay. But this is by Ben Hooper. Tara Berry, a devoted pop music fan, paid tribute to her favorite artist by getting a record-breaking 18 tattoos of Madonna on her body. Tara Berry of Topeka, Kansas, earned the Guinness World Record for the most tattoos of the same musician on her body. taking the title from a British woman, Nikki Patterson, who has 15 tattoos of the rapper Eminem. So Barry said that she first got her Madonna tattoo in 2016 when she heard the singer was looking for tattooed fans to appear in a music video. But her ink rendition of the singer wasn't finished in time to make the cut. She said most of the tattoos were over a 6-month period. She said, I already had 2 Madonna portrait tattoos when I read about the person that had the Guinness World Record title at the time with 15 Eminem tattoos. So I said, I decided that night I was going to go for the record and contacted the artist. And he said, what the heck? Let's do this. So the iconic Madonna images Barry had turned into tattoos span the singer's entire career and include a recreation of the famous kiss between Madonna and Britney Spears. Many people believe or ask if they can take pictures and video of her arms. She estimated the tattoos cost her a total. Listen. The tattoos cost her a total of more than $9,800. $10,000 for tattoos. Now, look, that's a lot of money. She says, I begged, borrowed, worked out details, anything to move forward in the process, Barry said. $10,000 for tattoos. I mean, God love her. It's her money. She can. That's a bargain. Really? See, I have no idea. I don't. I've never had a tattoo. I have no idea. But I do know some of them are quite expensive. Oh, you did, Kathy? Kathy says, I watched the new movie, Planet of the Apes, and been watching the other ones. Well, what do you think? Was the movie good, Kathy? Because I have been thinking about watching the new movie, the new Planet of the Apes movie. It looks pretty good. But I'd be curious about what you think. Was it... there's also the new Godzilla and King Kong movie came out, so I haven't seen that either. But I am curious to see what you guys think. Oh, you loved it. Okay. Father Amorth, I think he went a little bit too far as thinking, this person, this is possessed, or this is possession, this is possession. It was a bit too much. So I think there were I think he did a lot of great work, but I also think that there were some things that I disagree. I don't agree with ever performing an exorcism on someone on camera. And I'm just not a fan of that. So. But that was done, and I just disagree. So, for those of you who are collectors, listen to this. This is crazy. This is by Ben Hooper as well. A New Zealand auction house said a single feather from an extinct bird became the most expensive feather in the world when it sold for $28,417. So Webb's auction house said the feather had been expected to sell for up to $1,800, but shattered expectations, as well as the previous record, which was set by a feather from a bird of the same species when it sold for $5,000 in 2010. This bird is considered, I don't know how, Huia bird was considered sacred by the Maori people, and their feathers would adorn the headpiece of chiefs and their families. That's a lot of money for a feather. I mean, I get it, but $28,000? That is pretty pricey. From $10,000, $10,000 artist to $28,000 feather. My gosh. Yeah. The G and K, what is that? The G and K movie? Is that the Godzilla and King Kong movie? I haven't seen it yet, but I haven't seen it yet. I do want to watch it though, because I have heard a lot about this. I think that would be pretty cool. It got good ratings. For those of you who like poltergeist movies or movies about poltergeist, well, this article is definitely for you then. This is by, it doesn't say who it's by, but if you like poltergeist movies or about poltergeist, well, thank you there, Marty. The number one movie with poltergeist would be Poltergeist. The original 1982 poltergeist movie written by Steven Spielberg still ranks highly in the list of movies most likely to give you a restless night. The next one about poltergeist cases, I don't know if it's poltergeist versus demonic. So they say The Conjuring 2. The 2016 movie The Conjuring 2 is already the seventh highest grossing horror movie of all time. It's based on the true story of a family living in Council House of Enfield in London. The story is one of the most famous poltergeist stories of all time. So there we go. Insidious. There are 4 Insidious movies. The first 2 films are set in 2010 and based around a married couple, Josh and Renee Lambert. The first film was released in 2010 and tells the story of Lambert's son, Dalton, who is trapped in a mysterious comatose state. Unbeknown to his parents, the boy has become a vessel which spirits from an astral plane can use to enter our world. I got to tell you something. I kind of stopped watching a lot of these movies because they're just, it's just kind of like, they were getting kind of bad. The Entity, it's a 1982 Hollywood released the film The Entity that was said to be based on true events of a poltergeist haunting. And the film tells the story of Carla Moran, who was a fictional character based on real-life California woman. The movie claimed that Carla was a hardworking single parent who was being attacked in a poltergeist haunting case, which resulted in her fleeing to Texas. See, here's the deal with poltergeist. A lot of people get poltergeist confused with demonic. They are not the same thing, at least not in my perspective, as clergy, as well as an investigator. Poltergeist, I've said this before, means noisy ghost. I have not found it to be a ghost at all. That's from my perspective. I found that it is negative energy that someone is omitting who's going through extreme emotional stress, trauma. And when you remove that person from the home, the activity will dramatically subside. Now, you'll still have residual energy, but it certainly will not be as violent or aggressive. Then when you bring that person right back, the activity increases. See, and also with poltergeist cases, I could perform a million minor rite exorcisms, and it does nothing. Nothing at all. And also, many times in poltergeist cases, religious objects are not desecrated, and there's no smelling of sulfur or rotten flesh. So those manifestations simply do not occur with poltergeist cases. The only way that I have found well, thank you very much, JMB. The way that I have found to help poltergeist cases is to get the person who's going through extreme emotional trauma, get them help. And once they get help to reduce that emotional outburst or anxiety, then you will find that the activity will decrease. So there's a difference between, I think, demonic activity and poltergeist. This movie is called When the Lights Went Out. So it's a British ghost movie based on the story of Pritchard family and their time in the UK's most haunted house on East Drive. See, the movie does go out of hand towards the end, as it isn't true, the original story, but the way the poltergeist haunting begins is very true to the real life accounts. The film is set in 1960s, and the movie makers have done a great job of recreating life in that period in a council house in the north of England, from clothing to props and lifestyle. And of course, a priest is there. But again, it's not going to help. If it's a true poltergeist, the minor rite of exorcism just simply will not work. Now, can you have a poltergeist activity with demonic infestation? Certainly, absolutely. But when you're going to have, you have to have those manifestations of demonic infestation, like religious objects are desecrated, the bangings of 3, animals are terrified, the smelling of sulfur or rotten flesh. You'll have those things occur. In many poltergeists that I've worked, that hasn't happened. Grave Encounters. I have not seen this one. Is a highly underrated horror movie set in a haunted, disused asylum. The found footage movie represents itself in the style of ghost hunting television show, a very common format, which is why this movie seems so real. Now, most of the movie isn't any less believable than the likes of the Most Haunted and Paranormal Lockdown. So if you've not watched that, Grave Encounters is what it's called. I have never been. I've never been there. No. The Haunting. They say this particular person says the Robert Wise's 1963 masterpiece. It's based on Shirley Jackson's disturbing novel, The Haunting of Hill House. So I've not seen that one. I have found, in my opinion, the older movies, like the 1963 movies of The Haunting, I think sometimes they are far better than the movies that we see today. For example, the original Dracula. It was just amazing. Truly, it was just the way that they, I don't know. And now we have vampires that sparkle. So I don't know. The Amityville Horror. Now, this really was not poltergeist. This was demonic. Now, some people don't believe this was demonic at all. Some people say this was just a big scam. But in 1977, Jay Anson published his book, The Amityville Horror, which was based on alleged real-life haunting. And so, this really shouldn't be on the list of poltergeist. Paranormal Activity. By the way, Jason Blum, who owns Blumhouse Productions, said that the Paranormal Activity movies need to stop because he said that's it, Okay. So Paranormal Activity, Poltergeist 2, The Other Side, and that finishes that type of list. So I don't. Oh, you do? Yeah. I just think I'm just curious on all the Dracula movies out there that you've seen. For those of you who like the Dracula movies, is there one particular actor that you believe portrayed a vampire the real way that it should be? You know what I mean? I'm curious to see if there's any that you really like. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that had I'm just curious. Of course, I mean, the Lost Boys, that was interesting, but also 30 Days Night, that was crazy too. Gerard Butler, really? Dracula 2000? I don't think I've seen that. Yeah, Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. Dark Shadows, okay. So several you have. I mean, that's... Well, I'm going to have to take a look at that because I don't think Interview Vampire, of course, I thought it was a very, very good. But I look, when you look at movie, I mean, the Dracula 1931. I mean, that's a classic. I think that the Bela Lugosi, it was sad. It truly. Well, Bela Lugosi it's such a sad story. I mean, he was the height of the pinnacle there when he did Bela Lugosi. I mean, he was and then his career just plummeted, and it's sad. It really is sad because he was addicted to, I think it was meth. I think it was that. So it was pretty sad to see that. Yeah, the Ouija board is a very dangerous item, and it should not be used or played with at all. So it's a very, very dangerous, thing, and people should stay away from it completely. There's one thing. Let's see. Oh yeah, for those of you in New York, here is something that you might be interested in. If you can go to usocc.org. I have not muted anybody. I'm too busy to mute anybody, so I've not muted anyone. Why have you muted Marty Harpo? I have not. I haven't muted. I'm too busy doing the show. I don't have. Why have you muted Marty Harpo? I don't know. Okay. So if moderators, why have we muted Marty Harpo? If you can let me know. Why am I promoting what? Okay. Why am I promoting what? Jonathan, I didn't. Because ghosts exist. No, I'll have a conversation. So what do you mean? So if they do, I'm not promoting it. I'm actually talking about it. Because I'm one of the very rare clergy members that actually am willing to discuss this. Well, it's not necessarily always. No, I disagree. No, they're not always easy to get rid of. No, I have been an exorcist now for over 20 years. Been in the paranormal community for 35 years. I have performed 31 documented exorcisms and performed thousands of minor rite of exorcisms. And no, there have been cases that were quite violent, and they were not easy to get rid of. Now, so you got to keep in mind, um, some things sometimes. Now, if you're talking about human spirits that are not meaning any that are not malevolent, then certainly, yeah, we pray for the repose of the soul, and that's it. But I deal with the demonic issues and people who have demonic issues. And Jonathan, I don't know. So I'm not going to keep talk. I'm not going to. I don't know why Marty Harpo was muted. I don't know. So does anybody know why Marty Harpo was muted in TikTok? So if you can let me know, that would be great. Because this Jonathan is ask, so I don't know. Okay. He was on earlier. Yeah, they don't know. So I think, Jonathan, I think it might have been an accident because, yeah, if we can unmute Marty Harpo. Yeah, Marty Harpo. See if someone can find him and unmute him. That would be great. It's easy. It's easy also because sometimes the chat goes up fast, and it's easy to accidentally mute somebody who is being disrespectful or rude. So do me a favor. There we go. So moderator Judy Ann unmuted Marty Harpo. There you go, Marty Harpo. It's easy. It's easy that it happens. Sometimes the chat goes fast, and and one thing that we don't do, so no spamming, no putting links into the chat or no being rude or disrespectful, just being kind. That's it. Yeah, chat goes fast. So sometimes chat goes fast, and it's easy to accidentally push a button, and there we go. No, okay, so we're all good. We're all good there, Marty. You're now unmuted. So there we go. I appreciate you letting me know, and it is now unmuted. Da-da-da-dum. Okay. So there we go. By the way, Central New York's first ghost hunt. I never liked that. I'm in Kentucky. I have never liked that term, ghost hunt. I've never liked it. But anyway, for those of you who want to know, this is by Dave Wheels Wheeler for one night only. One night only. Well, thank you. 4 months before Halloween, go on a ghost hunt just south of Central New York. Join the nonprofit group as they conduct guide paranormal investigations in the historic 1892 Earlville Opera House. Wow, that's pretty interesting. So Kenny Harris will provide a night of fun education on the possibilities of the activity. So if you're in New York and you want to go there, you can just type in 1892 Earlville Opera House ghost hunt and check that out. But I've just never liked that term. I've never liked ghost hunt. It's like you're not hunting, you're investigating. But I've never been a fan of that. So I don't know. Yeah, I agree, Randy. I've never liked it either. It seems to be disrespectful. So I don't know. But that's me. I probably and thank you, Marty, for Marty, you're a good guy. So yeah, just thank you for bringing that up to us. And it happens, but it's just one of those things, Right. Have you heard of a coal mine prison in Tennessee? I have heard of a Brushy Mountain, but I've not been there before. No, I don't believe ghosts or demons. Yeah. And here's why. No, I disagree. I disagree completely. And people always say that, and I understand why they say that. Now, people also say there's no such thing as ghosts, and they say that ghosts don't exist, and that the Bible says that. Actually, it says just the opposite. And I've talked about this many, many times before. In Matthew chapter 14, verse 26, when Jesus was walking on water, and when it says when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were terrified. It's a ghost. That's what it says. It does not say demon. People say, well, it meant to say demon. So now you're saying the Bible is wrong. So you can't confuse ghost with demon. You just can't confuse the two. And then, of course, when Jesus was crucified and he appeared to the disciples and said they were terrified, and because they thought they were seeing a ghost. Well, Jesus said, why are you so frightened? Why do you doubt? Look at my hands and feet and touch me for yourselves. And ghosts do not have flesh and bones as you see that I have. So I've talked about that before. So if ghosts do not exist, Jesus would have said, ghosts don't exist. Stop being silly. And it also tells us that the disciples had the concept of what ghosts were. Now, Deborah, that's incorrect. I'm not going to allow you to come in here and spread misinformation. That's a big no. We're not going to do that. Jesus was crucified. We have historical documentation from non-Christian writers and sources that clearly demonstrate and say that Jesus was crucified. So I'm just not going to put up with that. So we don't. No. I'll allow you to stay here, but don't do that. That's discrediting Jesus, and we don't do that here. We don't do that. So there are plenty of non-historical documentation from non-Christian writers that talk and absolutely without question say that Jesus was 100% crucified. So we know this. Well, you know what? That's a good. Mama Kay is asking, why would a ghost not? Well, so do I. I love Jesus as well, but he was certainly crucified. That was the point. He made it very clear that was his mission. That was his journey to destroy sin and death. Yeah, it's free will. I believe ghosts choose to remain here because I think heaven is presented to us. I have not, Monstar. This is interesting. You know, conspiracies are really bad now. Conspiracies are out of control. They are out of control. And I wanted to present this to you and see what you guys think about this. This is a very cool article, and I really think this is important to note. You know what? I might even do a present. You know what? I'm going to hold off on this. Maybe this will be a Good Friday. This might be a Good Friday conversation because there are so many conspiracies out there that this might be a good conversation about how you can detect whether or not something is legitimate versus how something is just unbelievably ridiculous. Have you seen the conspiracy about Planet X behind the sun? Yeah, you know what? It really has gotten, truly, honestly, the conspiracy theories have gotten so bad that some of them are so unbelievably ignorant. And the fact that people are pontificating, the fact that people are believing and subscribing to some of these conspiracy, you know what? That's crazy. Oh, wow. Oh, Francis, that's crazy. Yeah, some of them are just nuts. I mean, it truly is. Just for those of you who want to live in a state that there's no planet X behind the sun. I don't. Parallel universes are interesting. I would love to do a presentation on that. Any bill that is that's trying to remove the New Testament is absurd. So there's a lot of conspiracy on, you know. Yeah, I know. So it sometimes you just have to scratch your head and say, what? Are you talking about the anti-Semitism? Is that what you're referring to? I have read the Gospel of Thomas. Yeah, that's that. Okay, so let me. There is a again. Listen to this carefully, guys. There is something spreading on social media now that the House passed a bill to outlaw the New Testament. So on May 3rd, there was a Facebook post, and there was it shows a screenshot of a headline that claimed federal lawmakers took steps to ban religious texts central to Christianity. It says here, quote, the U.S. Congress House has passed a bill to outlaw the New Testament. And the headline reads, and it says the U.S. House of Representatives passed the Anti-Semitism Awareness Act, but concerns arise over its potential restriction on the biblical portrayal of Jesus' crucifixion. And the post, the caption reads, remember, they don't want you reading the Bible. And it was shared, everywhere. It went viral. The bill referenced in the post would not outlaw the New Testament. My brain cells are really, really shrinking at the moment, just the fact that I have to address this. According to many legal experts, instead it would require the Department of Education to use a certain definition of anti-Semitism when it enforces federal anti-discrimination laws on college campuses. So the bill simply defines anti-Semitism in federal anti-discrimination law. That's it. It has nothing to do with removing the New Testament. Nothing. Folks, we have got to get back to common sense. We have got. I don't understand. I don't get it. I have never ever seen this type of nonsense and to be taken seriously. I don't get it. I don't get it. Well, there were other books that were removed, and rightfully so. I've talked about the Book of Enoch. The Gospel of Thomas actually says that when Jesus was a little kid, he bumped into somebody. He actually, threatened to turn him into a frog. I've read the Gospel of Thomas. I read the Gospel of Judas. I read the Gospel of Mary Magdalene. So, or what we have, but it's Gnostic. It's Gnostic Bible. They're Gnosticism, and so there are reasons why these books are not included in the Bible, especially with the Book of Enoch. Why not the Book of Enoch? They're trying to suppress it. No, the Book of Enoch is Gnostic. And there's errors within the Book of Enoch. And actually, St. Paul even refers to the Book of Enoch in 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 7, when he says, stop arguing over endless genealogy and the foolish myth of Nephilim. So, folks, the Book of Enoch is it's a very interesting read, and one should read if you like theology, but you also should understand, is there a reason that was not included into the Bible? So it's there's a lot of errors. Well, first of all, Christ said that Jesus made it very clear that angels neither procreate or marry. So the idea that angels or demons, fallen angels or demons, had relations with the women, and then the Nephilim were created. Again, Genesis chapter 6, verse 4 tells us that the Nephilim existed before and after the sons of God had relations with women. So the Nephilim could not have been the offspring of demons and women. Okay. There's a Gospel of Mary Magdalene, yeah. Yeah, it was the book of Gospel of Thomas. The Gospel of Thomas. Jesus threatened to turn a little boy into a frog. I mean, there's a problem. So it's difficult to find them. Actually, the Nephilim in the Septuagint means fierce warriors. That's actually the proper. Well, I'm sorry, in Greek, that's actually what it means is fierce warriors. It has nothing whatsoever to do with offspring of demons and women. Nothing. The sons of God were children of Seth, and so that's what they were. They were not, they were not demons having relations with women. I'm not really for sure, Goku. I'm not really for sure. Okay. For those of you who are in West Virginia, well, this is by Jessica Phillips. Listen to this. One of the many topics that can be associated with the mountain state is ghost cryptids and a variety of the paranormal. According to a study held by Jeff Bett, paranormal investigations are most common in West Virginia. And many keywords related to the paranormal, such as ghost orb, which, by the way, orbs are usually dust particles, were studied to discover what states were most interested in the paranormal investigations. Well, see, that's a problem. RDL, that's the problem with the question. The problem with the question is then what about giants? Define a giant. See, how you define a giant may be different than I. See, that's subjective truth. So I might define like Andre the Giant. Many people consider Andre the Giant a true giant. Other people consider a person who's 10 feet tall a giant. Other people consider a person who's 8 feet tall a giant. It's very subjective. So Goliath most certainly was a giant. He probably had a form of a tumor that Andre the Giant had, as well as the Big Show. He also had that, and actually he had in the gland in his body, he had it removed because so otherwise he would have continued growing and growing, and so that's probably what Goliath had. So that's the problem. Immediately when people think of giants, they think of 100 feet tall, or some people think of 8 feet tall or 7 feet tall. Well, certainly if you're a 5 foot tall boy and you're going against a 7'2" monster behemoth of a man, you consider that person a giant. So that the terminology is the problem. So for those of you in North Carolina, or not North Carolina, for those of you who are in West Virginia, that's North Carolina, West Virginia took the top spot with an average of 403 searches per 100,000 people each month, 67% higher than the national average. So what is going on with my friends there in West Virginia as ranking #1 for paranormal investigations? Yeah, Goliath. That's right, Goliath. Someone asked about Goliath, so I was addressing Goliath. I never said, yeah, right. Goliath was not an offspring of demons and women. Yeah, I actually saw Tasha. I actually saw Andre the Giant when I was a kid, a long time ago. I went to a wrestling match that he was. God, that was many years. They came to Louisville, and yeah, he was big. He was a big monster of a human being. He was huge. So yeah, who knew? Oh, but this is an interesting. I've never been to this location, but I have been told that this place. Yeah, you can go ahead. Yeah, Marty. I have been told that this location is quite haunted, but I don't know. Oh, Marty Harpo. Someone's saying stop. Are you doing something, Marty Harpo, you shouldn't be doing? Donna, why did you tell Marty Harpo to stop? No, Sunrise. I didn't choose it. I just accepted it. God called me to serve. I knew I wanted to be a priest when I was 5 years old, and I began reading books on demonology at 9. And so my love for demonology or theology in general only grew and intensified, and so through the ages. And so I just accepted the call. And this is this is not a career, because I don't get paid for this. And I don't charge, and so I receive no stipend from the church. So this is I do this ministry 100% free, 100% free. And so, well, really, as far as can nuns assist? You really don't have a lot of people in the room because an exorcist is very focused on the rite itself, and you have a bunch of people. That's why there's no such thing as a bystander during an exorcism. It doesn't exist, because the exorcist is focused on performing the exorcism, and now you got to worry about this person over here just wants to be entertained for the hour. That just doesn't work. That doesn't exist. So Eli Roth was a great guy. He was really nice, very, very kind, very kind. The cast truly is they're amazing people. They were really, really nice. They were great. I'm friends with, matter of fact, Father Sean is Sean that you saw on the show. He's a priest with the church community that I belong to. So he's wonderful. He's just a class act kind of guy. So and of course Rich Valdez, he's a friend, and so yeah, the cast is really wonderful. I was on Ghost Adventures. I did 3 shows with the Bobby Mackey's episodes. And I will tell you this, and people have told me, it was fake or it's this. Look, I'm telling you this. If it was fake, I would have walked away. I would have walked out immediately and said, I'm done. I want nothing, no part of this whatsoever. Goodbye. See you. But nothing in that show because I can validate, I can verify nothing that they did. They never told me do this or say this or didn't, never. They just, and a matter of fact, I told them that when I was beginning the minor rite of exorcism, just get out of my way. Don't interrupt. Don't stop it. Stay with me. Do not wander off. And Zach did, and there were some issues with that. So they never. As a matter of fact, if they ever told me, okay, say this and say that and do this, I would have said nope, goodbye. And they never did that. They never once did they ask me to fake or recreate or never. No. Folk practitioners? I don't understand. Because the person is able to receive the sacraments. Sure. Yeah, well, let's. I'll tell you what. Why don't we just do this? I'll just answer a few questions, and then we're going to go from there. Wise folk. Well, I mean, I think wisdom comes with age. Not all the time, because I do know some people that are considered, elderly, but yeah, I mean, I certainly would be a fool not to listen to people who've been in the ministry for a long time, and I have. I have seen possession. A saint sighting, no. What is the haunted location? I don't understand. Well, if you are already demonically influenced and you are watching these shows, you have to be careful. Now, I do believe there is demonic influence in Hollywood. We are seeing this. We are absolutely seeing this in the movie industry. Well, thank you very much, El. Thank you. We are seeing this. I mean, it is blatant in your face now. So, Francis Marie, that is wonderful. Cancer free as of today. Well, that is beautiful. Good. That's good news. But I have seen. I mean, I have seen so much demonic influence within the music and even television. I mean, there are award shows. It's blatant in your face now. They're not even hiding it anymore. I mean, they are not even hiding it, and they're elevating demons to the status of gods. That's Gnosticism, by the way. It is dangerous. It is really, really dangerous stuff. And I don't understand that. I don't get it. That's what I'm talking about. In the music industry, I mean, there was several that I saw at some music show or something. I thought, well, Mike, this is blatant. This is blatant Satanism. So it is. Yeah, I agree. It really is disturbing. It is disturbing on an extreme level. And they're elevating these demons and demonic activity and demonology, Satanism to, a status of superstardom. And that's a problem. Yeah, I agree. Tweety Bird, that's right. I do believe that we have our saints, and we can have the patron saints. Saint Benedict, of course, Saint Michael, the angel. There's the Saint Francis. But John, I think that you have to be careful with that, obviously, because when you have vices like those, let's say that you like to drink. Now, look, there's nothing wrong with having a drink after, having a glass of wine after a hard day's work. But the problem is this: if you have a demonic attachment, that could fall under ordinary demonic activity, where the demonic can influence you to indulge even more so, and then you could do something that could be very dangerous to yourself or others. So you have to be quite careful with vices, especially vices that you're referring to. Right. Well, and this is one of the reasons why I get irritated when people ask me, well, why won't you perform an exorcism on camera? Why would I? I mean, what is wrong? What's wrong with you? Why would anybody even ask that question? Why would someone want to see it? It's not entertainment. This is a very violent situation in which someone has gone through extreme emotional, physical trauma. I don't get it. I don't get it. It was the first. I think it was the first season. Yeah, Psalm 23 is beautiful. So is Psalm 91. Psalm 91 is the Exorcist prayer. Yeah, I agree. Some of the look, you have to, some of the shows you have to take with a grain of salt. And if someone is telling you the story, then you ask the questions and are they valid? Do they seem valid? Are they credible? And this is what I tell people all the time. And this is one of the things why I look. I don't get paid as being a bishop. I don't get paid as being clergy. So I am here. I don't get paid. I don't charge for the ministry that I do. I don't charge for exorcism. I don't charge for going to someone's home and bless their home. So people say, well, you do this for fame and fortune. I don't charge. And I also don't get paid. So I do this 100% free, and I pay it out of my own pocket or with the help of, now with very few individuals who help. And so there's nothing there is no other motive for me to do this. If you people say, well, you're doing it for fame. You do things for fame to make money. It doesn't make any sense. So no, I'm very careful. I'm very, very careful about making universal statements like that, Sylvia. When you say all people are all this are demonically influenced or all that are demonically influenced, it implies that all. So for the question is, are all narcissists influenced by demons? To make this statement, all narcissists are influenced by demon, is to imply that I know all narcissists, which I don't. So that in of itself is a fallacy in logic. It's an error in logic. You can't make that statement. So you can't just any more than you can say all politicians are corrupt. Well, that's simply not true, because you have not met all politicians, and there might be just a few, that are not corrupt. So when you make those universal statements like that, you have to be very careful, because unless it's an objective truth, then it shows the error in the logic. So, well, there were under Benedict, he wanted more people to be trained in demonology. So because there was an increase in demonic. I have not seen an increase in demonic possession, but I have seen an increase in demonic attachment and demonic influence. So that I have seen, but I have not seen. Well, it can mimic noises, sounds, voices. No, I really don't like when people say that someone who has mental illness is possessed. I think that's so irresponsible and quite disturbing, and I don't like it. I don't like that at all, because immediately people. I think that the mental health system here, period, in the United States needs desperate help. But we truly do. The mental health issue in the United States is quite serious, and we need more. We need more assistance. We need more training. There's just a lot of people that's suffering from mental health. So I think that would be irresponsible to make the statement that mental health is demonic. Now, can people who are mentally ill have demonic attachment? Of course they can. But I'm not going to immediately just say, well, mental health issues are all demonic. Well, that's simply irresponsible, and I disagree. So good question, though. Yeah, the resources for mental health is quite limited, and I think it's sad. I think we really, especially with social media, I have seen a decrease in the mental health and a dramatic increase in anxiety. And I think a lot of people are truly so incredibly anxious right now because of all the nonsense that's being spread on social media. Thank you very much. And we see this a lot, especially, with people going online and saying that, all this, the eclipse, how I was saying how the eclipse, and we're going to have this terrible things. And it's, oh my gosh, we're all going to, or the river Euphrates River is all drying up, and this is the second coming. It's all in. See, people are doing this to scare everybody just so they can get likes. And it's really upsetting. It's just frustrating. They shouldn't do it. Yeah, I agree, Randy. Okay, for those of you who are on Spreaker, I'm going to say goodnight to you guys. Here's the deal, guys. I would love to stay and stay with you. And a lot of people say, why would you close out shop when you have a lot of people watching and listening? Well, because I have got to make some phone calls. Ministry continues. So I love staying here and chatting with you guys as much as I can, but I do have to make quite a few phone calls before I hit the bed for this evening. So tomorrow we're going to be here at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Bible study. I really don't indulge in paranormal discussion, but perhaps after Bible study, maybe. But I'm going to be here tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and would love to have you guys here. That would be wonderful. Hopefully you'll join us. Hopefully you will. And that's the goal. We want to see you guys here. Remember, my friends, I tell you all the time that your value does not decrease based on someone's inability or refusal to see your worth. You are priceless, and don't let anybody tell you or convince you otherwise. So Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Rumble, Instagram, good night.